Hi, this is Steve Lentini, and I've been training and coaching salespeople for 40 years. This year will be over 40 years. And I started when I was 4, as you can tell by looking at me. Um, so, one of the things that I noticed about salespeople and why they fail and why they get stuck in a rut and they can't seem to break out of it is they have a story that they tell everyone about why they can't make it. And it's either the company or it's that they don't know enough people or the economy is tough. It's all a story that they tell themselves. And what they don't realize is their words are programming their life. And if you listen to them, if you listen to people long enough that you surround yourself with, you'll hear the difference between people who describe their life in a positive way and in a negative way. The ones who describe themselves in a limited way, you'll notice their lives are limited and they have a lot of complaints about their life. And they have a lot of complaints about people around them, and they talk incessantly about people around them. And they complain to people that can do nothing about their condition. So they'll complain about the company, but they won't take it to the people who can do something about it. They'll just bitch and moan. Or they're gossipers, or they don't read. You'll see all the reasons that they're limited. So they don't read because they're threatened by intelligent people and smart people and new ideas because they're in a little nutshell. They're like an acorn. I have an acorn on my desk. So they're like this little acorn. They're limited. They're limited in their thinking. They're limited in what's possible. And then you find people that are limitless in their thinking. And yeah, they come into blocks from time to time, except they don't accept it. They'll do whatever it takes to change their lives. I call it up leveling. So you have to up level from time to time the people you hang around with. And we all end up settling somewhere in life. And it's got to stop if you're going to grow. Not just for the monetary reason to grow. You want to grow because it's fun. It helps you become mindful and more excited and in awe of life itself. So, and the way the universe works, the way the universe is wired is that particles respond to our observation. So atoms and quarks and these little nanoparticles, physicists are discovering they appear and disappear based on the observer. So we're influencing, what that means is we're influencing our surroundings. We're not victims of circumstance. We are powerful creators. And so if you're limited like this little acorn doesn't know it's an oak tree. It thinks it's complete. But we know that what's possible if this is broken open, smashed into the ground, and gets under the dirt, right? It possibly could become an oak tree. And we as humans all have that possibility, except that we accept, in many cases, the limited view as opposed to the limitless view. So the limited is the acorn, right? The limitless is the oak tree. And how does one break out of that place where they see the horizon is flat, right? It didn't end with Columbus. From somewhere, every day, we all see the horizon is flat. We accept something. We talk about someone. We gossip about someone. And it's really a negative energy. Or we complain about our company. We complain about our boss. But we don't take it to them because that would mean we'd have to be real, right? We'd have to actually say, hey, what's happening here? Is this working out? What's going on? And a lot of people hide out. It's wasted energy. So that's where you would see the horizon's flat. You have to push through because it's fun, not a burden. And people who are not productive and limited feel like life's a burden. They don't want to do anything new. They want to grab a lunch pail, go to work, come home, and complain about it. Which is okay. I'm not making that wrong. Well, I am a little bit. I'm not making that wrong. What I'm saying is, instead of complaining, if you hear yourself complaining, you can break through that by thinking limitless, and change your languaging. Notice who you surround yourself with. Are they gossipers? Are they negative nabobs? Are they complainers and whiners and have excuses about how they're a victim? Or Are they limitless? So if you're surrounded by people who are whiners and limited, then you have to up level. Do whatever it takes to change your surroundings. That's becoming limitless and limitless minded. And by you changing your idea about what's possible, you're willing to change everything in your life and new things come. I've done it a lot of times. I know from personal experience, but I'm not saying that you need to do it. You need to experiment, prove it to yourself. Don't take my word for it. And if you're a salesperson or a business person, you have to think in terms of limitless possibilities. And I know people who run businesses, big businesses, small businesses, family businesses, and they're limited by little tiny thinking. They're not willing to grow and learn. And then they're also ruled by their emotions. Anger is brought in, or really dumb, what I call dumb thinking. It's less than intelligent because they don't consider anything new. They have an opinion about everybody else's ideas because only their own are correct. That's the limited view. If you want good employees, then you have to stretch and let them do what they think is right and judge it by the result, not debate and then make everyone wrong that has an idea that's different than your own. That's the tiny view. That's the tiny view. So I encourage you all to get out there and experiment with something different. Change your life. And how you do that is you up level those that you surround yourself with. If you're stuck in a rut, that's you stuck in a rut. You don't believe in what's limitless, and you're not willing to challenge and stretch yourself and make yourself uncomfortable. You have to make yourself uncomfortable. There is no such thing as comfort in life. Because once you think you're comfortable, guess what? You're going to find that at some point you settled. And that won't feel comfortable, and you won't even know why. What is the reason? It's because you're not stretching yourself. Humans need to grow. Just like we're surrounded by little signals, right? This acorn, in order to reach its potential, has to be smashed open, driven into the ground. It has to exist in the dark, right? We don't even know that the oak tree is going to sprout. It has to exist in the dark. And then, wow, then the sprout comes up and it has to survive because a deer might eat it, some other animal might eat it. But somehow oak trees appear, right? That's you. You have the potential to grow into something big. Again, you got to push yourself and stretch yourself. I hear people say, "Oh, I'm a realist. I don't think like that." They think it's like Pollyanna thinking. That's hogwash. It's hogwash. It's BS. You're telling yourself I'm a realist because you don't stretch your mind to think about what's possible. And so you settle somewhere. That's what's going on. You may not like to hear this from me, and that's the truth. That's what I do. That's how I coach my clients. I challenge them to stretch and grow. And I do it for myself. I have changed over 20 times. I've moved. Yes, there's some discomfort with it. There's some sadness sometimes because it means I have to change my life and change the people I'm surrounding myself with. And it's okay. It's okay. Yeah, it's all okay. We're here to learn and grow. Sometimes we're helping people learn how to forgive. Sometimes we're learning to forgive. But that's what it's all about. So stretch yourself. Challenge yourself. Get beyond that place where you see the horizon is flat. Stop telling yourself you're a realist. Whatever it is you're telling yourself, it's BS, it's hogwash. Stretch, grow. Find the awe, that place in life where you let go of this preconceived notion about how your life is supposed to be safe and comfortable. Let it go, acorn. Become the oak. Thank you.